25 Worst Bikini Wax Horror Stories, according to Reddit. Number 25. I have a story from a client of mine about a previous coworker. So, I have this client coming in for a Brazilian. As soon as we are in the room, she warns me that last time she was in, she didn't like her last experience and let me know that she has her clit pierced. I was like, cool, no probs. Thanks for the heads up. Let's try to make this better. I figured she lifted or bruised. So we get started. And there's the piercing, no biggie. Well, halfway through, she starts talking, and I was like, I hope this has been a better experience for you. I wouldn't want a repeat of last time. And she explains that it wasn't the waxing, it was the waxer. Apparently, when she explained her piercing to the previous esthetician, she pulled the towel back and patted the pierced clit without gloves, saying how she has never seen one of these before. Under no circumstances are you to directly touch a client there. The woman was not impressed and refused to return until she was sure the previous esthetician was no longer employed. So it's not really my experience. I just felt bad for the client. Well, you gotta give her the old pussy pat. Otherwise, how will she know that you're qualified to become president of the United States? Oh, waka waka. Number 25, guys. That's what I just read. Number 24. Esthetician here. My work experience was a full Brazilian wax on an extremely obese woman. Bing bong. I was relatively new to the field and lacked the experience to deal with this type of situation. I couldn't get the angles right. I felt so awkward asking her to hold her stomach that blanketed over her vagina, and her legs were just too large for me to actually reach the area. She was unable to bend the legs properly. I think at the point I lost wax between a fold and had to pry the skin/hair apart to apply the strip. Oh, damn. I remember my back hurting from the way my body was positioned, frantically trying to finish on time for my next client, and so much sweat, both of us. It was the dead middle of summer. I'm sure a seasoned esthetician may have been able to handle this better, but this was my worst experience. Man, I need to get out and do some running. You know what I'm talking about? I wouldn't want to make a poor lady just pull a strip of wax the wrong way. Number 23. I worked at a waxing bar for about a month. My worst experience was the lady who had a dingleberry, little pieces of poop. Oh, I gagged loudly and then threw up. I was fired. Edit. I was fired because it was unprofessional to gag, vomit, and make your client cry. The owner had to be in a room a few doors down. The owner happened to be in a room a few doors down and came to finish it up. 19-year-old me was happy to be fired, went on to find a great job doing eyelash extensions. Ew, nigga. Wipe your asses, people. Come on now. Is this a prank show? Is Ashton Kutcher like dated ass gonna jump out? You know what I'm talking about? What the fuck? You don't wipe your ass and you going in for a wax? Jesus Christ, shower before you do this. What are you doing, guys? What are you doing? Number 22. My mom's friend always likes to tell this one story. When she was doing his asshole, he clenched and accidentally projectile sprayed little bits of poo all over her. Someone responds, astutely, I might ask. Okay, okay, astutely, I might add. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but how does one clench and poo? Clenching holds in the poo. Someone responds, not when you're the type of man who gets his asshole waxed. And I say, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Number 21. My roomie had one today and said that the lady doing hers went, see that pillow in the corner? We used to have it over here for y'all to clutch onto for comfort until a lady started hitting me with it. Now it stays in the corner. Why? Jesus Christ. Somebody says it's still kind of for comfort if she comforts you with that story before she rips a handful of hair out of your gooch. What a list this is, eh, gentlemen? Number 21 is what I just read. Number 20, briefly worked as a waxer after I graduated from cosmetology school. Quit after this dude kept coming in with larger and larger anal beads in his ass. Nigga. Number 19, bulging hemorrhoids. Boy, oh boy, man. Look, I'll tell you what. I don't do a lot of TIFUs because they're utterly juvenile. And there are a lot of these lists that I don't do because it's just like, what would be the point of them? They're so stupid. They are so short. But I'm not going to pretend that I am not enjoying 25 worst bikini wax horror stories. You know what I'm talking about? As we continue. Number 18. I once was the gross customer by pure accident. My former girlfriend liked the idea of shaving your chest, etc. The less hair I got on my body, the better. Blah, blah, blah. Ugh. I did bleed so heavily out of every damn pore on my chest that the lady stopped mid-session. After the bleeding had stopped somewhat, I helped cleaning up, paid, and left. The bruises were visible for several weeks. I never tried waxing again. Why these ladies can't accept you for who you are, you know what I'm talking about? It's not like a lot of ass crack hair or something, you know. It'd be one thing if like you're a dude that wants your poop shoot munched or something, and she's all like, when you gonna shave this hair or what? And then you go in, you know what I mean? But then she's just like, you know, I don't like that chest hair. Bah. You just sit around playing that Overwatch game. Number 17. I got a full Brazilian as a dude. Come on now. The female esthetician works on me. My girlfriend is waiting in the lobby. After she's about halfway through the front, she asks if she can ask a slightly unprofessional question. I say sure. She says she's never seen a circumcised penis before, but didn't ask me any actual question. Just made the comment. The worst part was that the walls were thin, so pretty much the whole lobby heard the conversation. And somebody responded, the proper response would have been, I've never been jerked off while getting a wax before. Oh my god. Can you imagine if she heard that through the wall? She'd be like, oh, what? Number 16, guys. I'm so enjoying this. I'm so sorry. When I saw the title of this, I knew that it'd be right up my alley. It'd be like fucking Reddit museum, Reddit collection material. So, I mean, like, I understand if it's not up your alley, I apologize, but this is good stuff. This is good stuff for me. Number 16, not a waxer, but a client. A waxer asked what I was doing on my phone, and I informed her that I could hit 2 Pokestops at the salon. I lured one while getting waxed because why not? One thing led to another, and she started singing the Jigglypuff song as she waxed my butthole. I'm bummed she left. I'm bummed, he said. What the hell? This comment is the what the fuck? So I'm getting my asshole waxed in the fucking salon, and the ladies all like, hold on while I swipe these Pokestops. So I dropped the low on that bitch, and she started singing the Jigglypuff song. What the fuck? What kind of life? What the fuck? What kind of life Number 15. My waxy lady and I talk about this all the time. She said girls come in on their periods all the time. She doesn't mind as long as there's a tampon in place and it's clean. Some ladies don't comply. She's seen women who haven't properly wiped their butthole after taking a dump. Oh man, but the weirdest thing she saw was a girl who was born without an asshole. What? So where does it go? So where does it go, mate? So where does it go? So where does it come? Is it, oh, I poop out the vagina. Where does it go? No. I don't know who, why, how, what, where. But yeah, that's weird. Unfortunate mostly. Who believes this? Who believes this?
It happened.
My buddy was born without a butthole. They ripped him a new one shortly after he was born. The best part, I kid you not, he has the ability to suck air and water into his butt and expel it again. I never went to the pool with him again after that. I'm just picturing some dude propelling himself through the water through butthole power. Wow, man, this is the gayest list I've ever read in my fucking life. What do you mean born without an asshole? What the fuck? All right, what do you take me for here? Number 14, sperm bubbles. Women didn't always wash up after sex, and they'd come in for a wax. Sometimes the semen would form a bubble while you were waxing, and then it would pop and leave you with an awful rancid sperm smell. Welcome once again to the 20 Fizzle worst bikini whizzle horror stizzles. You might get a ST dizzle if you're not careful. Alright. Number 13. Not me or disturbing, thank God, but my instructor in cosmetology school told me about a time when they had to practice anal waxing, and the way we were supposed to do it involved her putting talcum powder on the butthole area. So she powders up the person, and she's grabbing something else from her work table, and the person lets out an airy toot, and the little fluff cloud of powder came out with it. She couldn't contain herself and had to do the assignment another day. That's fucking retarded. Y'all are crazy. Woo, there's a lot going on in this thread, man. Just a fantastic glimpse into the lives of some people. Woo. Oh my God. Number 12. I used to be an esthetician. You know, this is the way that I believe that this should be spelled. And I kept seeing it without the E earlier, and I was like, roll with it, man. We don't got time to fuck around with this bullshit. But esthetician should be with an A at the beginning. Am I wrong? Whatever. I used to be an esthetician, and I'll never forget the first Brazilian I ever gave a girl. I was inexperienced, so to get to the butt area, I made her go on all fours. Oh yeah, that's how I like it. After I powdered up her butt, I was holding her cheeks open and closely examined the direction of her hair growth so that I would know which way to spread the wax, as I was trained to do. Then all of a sudden I see her butthole opening and closing, and opening and closing. Then bam, she fully farted in my face. She was super embarrassed and said it was an air bubble. Didn't smell like one though. I'm so sorry. You know that's somebody's reading this as fetish though, and the fact that they could be paid to get farted in the face would be their oh yeah, you didn't know that people like that out there? If your fetish is being farted on by women, leave a comment in the comment section. Booey, you know. You can comment even if that's not your fetish. Don't make it seem like it's just for people. That would be funny if everybody's like, not commenting on this one. Number 11, esthetician student here. Another person wrote it with the E. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe both are acceptable. We should Google it together. We are on the internet. So I'm going to go ahead and Google that. esthetician, and then it comes up with the A in the front. How did Kyle know that that shit was right? How did Kyle know that that shit was right? All right, there's enough. Esthetician student here. I planned on going into a Brazilian manzillion's bikini waxing and full body after graduation. The number of people who come in during their monthly cycle only wearing a pad? Come on now. Somebody says, can I ask what makes you go into those areas? I have always been curious as to what attracts people to body waxing as a career. And the person responds again, this message has been gilded. This ought to be good. It sounds weird, but my own personal self-esteem issues. When I was about 14, I had to start getting my upper lip waxed. Mind you, I'm very fair-skinned, strawberry blonde hair, and it was noticeable. Kids made fun of it, but I didn't do it for them. I just always felt better after an eyebrow and lip wax. When I was 18, I went for an eyebrow wax, and the lady just kept going on and on about these little black chin hairs. It made me feel like crap. I started getting Brazilian waxes in my mid-20s, always just felt sexier. I put this in perspective. I'm currently a 34-year-old woman. I'm on the heavier side, fluffy, and my hair has been frizzy my whole life. I struggle with adult acne, so when I say I feel better after a wax, I really do. It's something I can control. I want to make other women feel good about themselves in that manner. Aw. She wrote matter, but I like manner better. Fuck you, buddy. Edit 2. I've had a few people message me asking what I look like. I'm sure I paint myself in a less favorable light. Aw, she's okay. She's definitely got the mom look though. She's got the mom look of her. Where your kid's running around, lady. You lady. Anyway, that's that, guys. Number 11 is what we just read. He keeps calling out the one you read already. What's wrong with you today, mate? Number 10. I worked with a girl who got waxed, and she said that the lady accidentally put the waxing paper on the inside of her labia, and before she knew it, she was in the worst pain of her life. She had to go to the hospital, and she was looking into legal action. Apparently, the woman performing it wasn't registered to do so. I'm not sure of the requirement. Bing bong. This is referred to as a labia liability. Labiality. Somebody said, sounds more like a finishing move in Mortal Kombat. Finish him. Labiality. Oh, that felt kind of good for a little bit. No, it hurts. God, Gael, man. Nobody's into you. I'm going to die alone. Hey, Stripes. Wait, no, they can't hear you with the music. Are we going to get food? Okay, then. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna finish the list then. Okay. Finish. Number 9. I think the toughest thing I've ever seen through as a waxer was a minor getting a Brazilian. Why, dude? Yes, her parents knew and signed a consent form. Oh my God. The minor didn't clean herself properly. Looked like she had diarrhea and wiped back to front. What? She had super thick hair, and I got stuck pulling a labia strip. It was my fault. I didn't cleanse and poke around thoroughly enough before I started, but I almost went to get a coworker because I thought I was going to need help pulling it off. Client was a champ though, bore with me throughout the whole process. Definitely the toughest experience I've ever had, even beyond 400-pound plus ladies I see. I've been a body waxer for 5 years now, and we are a special breed. It almost like nursing when it comes to putting up on a professional face, and we're confronted with something gross. But to be honest, it really is not that bad of a profession. Smells, yes. Some excretions, yes. Blood, yes. Even poop sometimes. But You're there to do a job. And if you're good enough at it, you push through. I'm sure the client can push something through too. These people are opening an incredibly vulnerable part of their body to a complete stranger. The last thing I want to do is scar them for life by making a face or rude comment. So shake some extra powder on there and keep laying those strips. It'll be over soon enough. Nigga, I couldn't do something like this, real talk. And like, I really, like, cause you need to be clean. You get what I'm saying? You going to do something like this, you need to be clean. You need to wash your ass. You need to take that shower. You coming in here stanking? What you thinking? You know what I'm talking about? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Number 8, I'm not a waxer, but a spray tanner. For well-endowed women of the bust or the butt, the policy is arms over head or turn around and bend over. Only if absolutely necessary do you lift the back of the hand and spray underneath. Or as in lift with the back of your hand, the titties, and spray underneath or the ass. On this lovely day, I had a particularly hefty woman come in, and she did not want no tan lines. It was time for turn around and bend over, lift the butt and whatnot, and what looked like a week-old sopping brown tampon comes slurping out, bounces off the back of my hand, and splats on the floor. Gross. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Stripes is smiling. This is disgusting. Somebody said, how did you sleep that night? And he said, curled up in the shower. Oh man. Somebody said, you're made of tougher stuff than I am. Somebody else said, so was the tampon. Oh my God. Somebody save me. Number 7. Forgive me. Number 7. I have one. A girl came into my salon a month before she got married. She had never groomed her pubic hair and claimed to be a virgin. Okay. She wanted to be waxed right before her wedding. Completely natural, right? I recommended she get a wax now and another before the big day, since there was no way of knowing how her prized lady bits would react to the wax. She declined and set an appointment for 3 days before her wedding. Fair enough. When she came back, I was not prepared for the amount of pubic hair she had. It was unusual for a fair-skinned blonde client to have long, coarse, black hair. But whatever, it's my job. So I trim her up, clean her, and after inspecting her and not seeing any issues, I begin waxing. I shit you not, she had skin tags and perturbing moles that I did not see before starting. To get to that point, I pulled a strip from her labia area and pulled off about 20 skin tags. She yowled. The entire salon heard, and then she started bleeding, like gushing blood. We know how to handle the bleeding pores, but I'd never heard of this. So we're both screaming and crying, and I have to call an ambulance because she would not stop bleeding. I thought I almost killed her. Maybe not the grossest story, but it was traumatic. I changed professions soon after. I imagine her wedding night wasn't magical either. Ugh. Somebody says sounds like HPV, not skin tags. You guys, I don't know, guys. Come on. Oh, I have no, my God, this is, you made it take a scary turn. Number 6, a worm fell out of someone's butthole when I was waxing it. Okay, Stripes couldn't handle that one, apparently. A tiny little maggoty looking worm. Somebody said, finally a worm reply. They were really looking for that, apparently. Somebody else responds, this is what I've been waiting for. What the fuck? You guys wanted this one? So this nigga had worms. Oh my god. This is the craziest fucking list in the world. Oh man, number 25. My friend is an esthetician. She has sent her ladies to the GYN for growths, aromas, etc. She says it's about once a month that she has to have that awkward talk with a client. The worst one she ever told me about was a sweet older lady with labial abscess. That is not something I'm brave enough to Google on this supposed to be family friendly kiss my ass YouTube, barely getting any dimes per video you know, experience. But maybe we could just Google it for a split second and then I'd be like, okay, well, hold on. Okay, there's no pictures. There's no pictures. There's no pictures. An abscess is when a collection of bacteria and pus builds beneath the skin. Bull. Well, abscesses are often sore, red, and swollen. They can develop on your labia or just outside your vagina in areas called Bartholin's glands. Hey guys, I just said vagina. My Amy Schumer now. So number 5, once again, my friend is an esthetician. The worst one she ever told me about was a sweeter old lady with labial abscess. Poor woman, it must have hurt like hell. She had it treated and came back to say thank you. Ugh. Number 4, guys. I've had a few Brazilian waxes done, and I asked my waxer what her worst experience were, and she said that there are so many people who come straight from the gym, or their afternoon jog, or their strenuous workout without showering. What the fuck? Like, this isn't just like a lack of self-awareness. It's like you're so like, I can understand some people being assholes, like they're rich or something and they don't give a fuck what other people who have to work for them, you know, you have to deal with. But like, there's no shame. You ain't ashamed to be smelling like some kind of dingy blah 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 in front of people. Somebody said reading this smelled bad. Come on now. Number 3, not my story, but I had a friend who did waxing for a while. I need something to drink. Gross, this is just melted ice. Fuck, there's no drink in there. Oh, that was such a cute little burp. Number 3, not my story, but I had a friend who did waxing for a while. Sorry. She had a guy come in and request waxing for his taint/ass area. Once she did, the guy orgasmed on release. What the fuck? It was obviously awkward. The guy apologized profusely, and it was a no harm, no foul, but don't do it again situation. Well, of course, he returned after some time, and he came again. And they banned him from returning. Somebody said, I want to learn to orgasm that easily. The dude probably had a waxing or pain fetish. I can't handle it, guys. Number 2, man. I always feel so self-conscious before going to a bikini wax, and I always tell myself they've seen worse. Thanks for confirming that. This isn't an entry, you son of a bitch. Number 1, the number 1 entry on the list of 25 worst bikini wax horror stories reads as follows. Number 1, at one point in my aesthetics career, I did a lot of waxing, like 12 Brazilian waxes a day, so I have seen/smelt some horrifying shit. The most memorable what the fuck moment was while waxing a well-groomed sorority girl. She was utterly oblivious to the rank odor emanating from her junk. There was discharge. Oh, sorry. Oh my God. I pulled a strip from her lower labia near her vaginal opening, and what I can most accurately describe as the contents of a large Cadbury cream egg stuck to the edge of the strip and splattered on the wall behind me. Nigga, what? She remained blissfully ignorant of the bacterial projectile. What in the fuck? Well, guys, you know, I did it. There it is. There it is, guys. Love you. See you guys later.